Welcome to day 4 of the Christmas Advent Calendar, and we have Teri.
Hi, everybody. Hi,
Teri's
Nancy
with us.
Jean.
And Teri is day 4, and we're going to start with our prayer from Haudenosaunee tribes. Not tribe, it's a group, it's a confederation of tribes from their prayer of thanksgiving. The Earth Mother. We are all thankful to our Mother, the Earth, as she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk upon her. It, it gives us great joy that she continues to care for us and that she has, as she has from the beginning of time. To our Mother, we send greetings and thanks. Now we are one.
Beautiful.
And welcome, Miss Teri. And I think crystals are what the earth gives us to remind us of the different powers and elements that are parts of our life. So we're going to go see what one you got
All
on
right.
the calendar.
Love it.
And you are 4. And as I've explained to people before, I have to open these early because they're very hard to get open. I mean, and you're going to see it's not going to be much easier.
Wow.
But look what you got. Woo, girl. Milky
Oh,
Quartz.
beautiful. I love it.
And the power of Milky Quartz is this is a stone of balance. It wants physical, spiritual, and emotional well being to be perfect in perfect harmony. Milky Quartz interacts directly with the pituitary and pineal glands, and it can regulate the human hormone functions. It can therefore have an impact on both the physical and mental well being. These crystals improve our immune system, rid the body of infections and similar disorders. Spiritually, white quartz is associated with the crown chakra. Therefore, it can be used for meditation. They are said to help you reach much higher state of consciousness in which you can connect with much more easily with God and our higher selves. So that's what your stone's about. It's going to go back into box.
Well, that's apt because that's what I do on my channel. I mean, it's holding your space, but we also work with meditation every day in the
Mm-hmm.
meditation tribe. So I love that. I mean, I feel like that's,
Perfect. It's like if we
yeah,
sat down and try to figure out what stone to give you. Since
right.
every day I open a stone, it's blind. I don't know what's in there.
Yeah, yeah, and it feels like such a sacred um stone too that you would wear like in a temple or something
Mm-hmm.
or a sacred space. So I have a lot of lifetimes of
And
working in temples.
right. And they have a lot of statues are carved from quartz.
Oh, is marble a white quartz? I guess it
It's
would
well,
be.
no, marble's marble.
Okay.
Marble's like a conglomerate of things that, and heat fixes it. It's a
Okay.
soft stone, but there are lots of little things that are carved in quartz.
Yeah.
And
Well,
quartz can be any color under the sun. So you pick a chakra color and it's going to be in the quartz family somewhere. But to me, I think people ask me all the time, what stone should I carry for this or that? Take notes. If you think you have a particular problem, take notes because I don't remember them all. But you can just carry that around in your pocket. And when things are going sideways, you can pull it out and hold it. And stones, well, quartz watches are they have the once the tick gets set up in there, it stays in there. So stones are a way to set up a vibration that you can carry with you. I had a friend one time that I was reading. This is when I would be out in public reading, and he said, "Oh, I have to go home." And his mother was one of 9 sisters, and his dad had uh, died when he was quite young, so he was sort of the man of the group, even though he
mm,
was a little kid at the time. And he even moved to the West Coast. His family lived in the East Coast. He moved to the West Coast at one time to avoid having to be the arbiter of good taste every day of his life. And And he found out that didn't work. They just expected him to buy a plane ticket, fly back across the country. So he sort of ended up in Dallas, which is midway between. And he said, they're always pulling me in, and listen to what she did. And he said, it's like having 9 siblings that are older than me. And so what we did is we programmed a quartz crystal for him to just carry in his pocket. And every time the family was going to drag him down, I'm going to put this back. It's kind of making me crazy. I like what's over.
I love it. I think it's beautiful.
And you guys got to understand on the screen, everything's backwards. So it's really hard. So he told me when he came back, he sat down at my table. He said it worked. He said the very first night he was there, his mother had been having a problem with one of her sisters. And his mother was like, nee, 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 nee. He reached in his pocket and grabbed it and just said, Calgon, take me away. I don't want to be part of this. And immediately a family member showed up and the whole thing got shuttled. And then by the time he had a chance to talk to her again, she'd kind of forgotten that she was supposed to be getting him all hepped up. Then the sister the next day comes in and she's trying to work on it, grabs it out of his pocket, holds it in his hand. He said it was almost immediate. It would reprogram all the energy and it would ground him in and remind him he doesn't have to be that little boy that has to make everybody happy.
Well, and that's what we're doing right now. We're reprogramming ourselves. So that
That's
makes
right.
perfect sense.
You
Yeah.
know, and even a lot of the changes we think, oh, I want to go through all these changes, but maybe it's best to um, find a stone that can release you from having to feel the impact of every change.
Yeah. And we talk about empathy a lot and being an empath and sometimes when you're an empath you can really feel everything. And I love that it feels like that courts can kind of keep up your boundaries a little bit
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and be a boundary, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. So and being compassionate for people, but you don't have to be tied to the outcome of
Right.
every situation, especially a family operation, because it is an operation, right?
Right.
They know how to poke things and pick things and
Well, that's why
um
you picked them. I mean, that's why you're part of that family. Is they're
yeah,
supposed to know where all your buttons are.
yeah, for sure, right? And they do. I mean, they give you the most joy and sometimes a few tense moments
Yes, and
here
I
and
think
there.
the best thing for us to remember is we can all move forward with our own sense of self intact. That we
Yeah.
don't have to walk into the family.
Well, and a lot of times it's interesting because loving your family where they're at, like
Mhm.
loving them just the way they are is so huge and recognizing them as divine beings and that they have their own courts, right?
Right.
They're just where they're supposed to be and we don't have to change them.
No, and
They're great.
no matter how you tug on the teeter totter that they're on, you're not going to make them balanced.
Right. Right.
Not
Right.
gonna, you're going to imbalance them. That's not your job.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's like they're fine just the way they are and if we look at them every time and see that imbalance, it's hard for them to heal too or
Yeah.
whatever they're working on.
Yeah, you don't get caught in the empath trap. I have a someone who's close to me, and she told me my husband and I are just going to go out. We've booked a lovely table at a really good restaurant for Thanksgiving, and she has 3 sort of sets of family they could go to near where they lived, and that
Mhm.
includes she's not going to see her grandchildren that day because she said I don't need to feel what they're feeling. It's counterproductive for me. So I'm going to go to a good place where I'm going to enjoy my meal and my husband and I can enjoy each other's company. And she said the day she made that decision, she felt like a ton of weight had been taken off her shoulders.
Yeah. I had kind of a momager role in my family because my mom worked full time and there were 5 of us and then my niece came along quite early so she was really number 6. But it was kind of like I would help out with all the meals and do all
Mm-hmm.
sorts of things. And I had credit cards to buy everybody clothes and things like that. And when I think I was 12. But
Mm-hmm.
um anyway, where was I getting with that? Oh, just that I was taking care of people.
Mm-hmm.
And now I realize they're great just the way they are, and I don't have to take care of them. I don't have to do anything
Just
because they're
kiss them on the
wonderful.
cheek and bless them and let them go.
Yeah, and I can buy a lasagna for dinner from a cafe, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to cook a big meal. And that changed a lot in my relationship about the holidays. It
That's
doesn't have
right.
to be a big shebang. It can be just the right shebang.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we're hoping everybody is navigating the holidays and having a good time with it. Happy 4th of December.
Yeah. Happy 4th of December. Are we going into the new moon then, or is there
No,
something
the new
big coming?
moon's first.
The first. Okay. Yeah.
You're on the coming out of the new moon. You're coming up the 15th. This full moon's supposed to be a real humdinger. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a lot of energy, I think everybody's having
mm-hmm.
going forward, and just, meditating, breathing,
Mm-hmm.
that carrying that clear quartz, or not clear quartz, milky quartz.
Milky quartz.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of the 24 days, people are going to be juggling hands full of crystals. But, oh, I need that one. I need that one, And fossils. We have some interesting fossils in here too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that. I
This
Where did you find that? I want one of those.
they're from the National Geographic. We found it on Amazon.
Oh, wow.
Um, the first crystal. This is our first fossil we got. It's called an orthoceras, and
Oh, yeah.
fossils are ancestor stones, and they remind us that the earth does take care of us, that the earth can change, that things can go away completely, but they still carry the power of life. Stones are alive. They move real slowly.
Yeah. There's a set of entities that I channel sometimes called the rock people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
and
they
that
are.
makes a lot of sense.
And they'll
Yeah.
talk to you and you know it doesn't, it can be as little as that stone, or this is my other quartz when we were talking about colors and quartz. That's a smoky quartz clear quartz combination.
Wow. That is so beautiful.
I've had that for over 40 years, but it's just interesting how the minerals just drip into the lava and then they crystalline up and that's it.
It's like a yin yang, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
So I want to thank everybody for coming. Do you have anything else to say, Teri? What's happening for you in December? Are you just doing your meditations and running your deals?
We're doing the meditations. We've got some people coming up that are going to be on the show. Dave Johnson's going to be on the show. Kim from Intuitive View, you're going to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Gal. Anyway, and we do meditations Monday through Friday, everybody, 8-11 Central. And it's a good group. We meet and we chat and we hold space for each other, anybody that's going through anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good place to get balanced. So,
And it's a good community if you're feeling like I want to go be with people, but I don't want to be with the people I know. Heaven forbid.
yeah.
Um, Come on over and
Yeah,
visit.
come on over.
And I'm doing my 12-month readings, which is fun. And it's best if you do it in December because then you have all 12 months to facilitate what you're doing.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Oh, it's real interesting. I've had people who kept notes and they'll call me and they'll go, I couldn't figure. August is always like the most boring month where I live, and then August happened and it wasn't boring.
Yeah.
And it just kind of gives you sort of benchmarks to look at.
Yeah. Well, your readings are fantastic. So, yeah,
Well,
I can't wait to get one.
so I will be sending out the invitations for it. So if you're interested, go to my website. You can see all of what I do and work it out. And I want to thank Teri for being here, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.